Welcome to Spiritual and Ambitious. I'm your host, Whitney McNeil. I'm a certified medium and spiritual teacher, and I help spiritual and ambitious souls just like you live your life purpose through your career and attract abundance by connecting into your intuition and spirit guides. Let's get spiritual and ambitious. Welcome to another bonus episode of the Spiritual and Ambitious podcast. And if you are just tuning in, I am doing these special Sunday bonus episodes because it's my birthday month and I want to be giving you a gift. I want to channel messages for the week ahead. So this is for March 19th, 2023. But if you're listening to this at any other time in the year or years to come, you still need to hear these messages in this moment. So if you love this, I'd love for you to reach out to me over on Instagram. I'd love for you to share this episode, give me a 5-star review. I'd love for you to subscribe to this podcast. And also, I want to hear your ahas. So I do hope that you reach out to me over on Instagram when you hear these messages. And if you don't know, we are having our Spirit Guide Masterclass, and you can join this free class over at messengerspirit.com/class. This is something that we don't do all the time, and we have this up and going for you this month. Again, I'm giving you these gifts. So if you're wanting to learn how to more clearly connect to your spirit guides and confidently talk to them and communicate with them, check out this class. Find a time that works for you, messengerspirit.com/class. Okay, here we go. So the very first message, I'm not surprised. It goes with our theme of last week. Fire. So last week we had a solar plexus card, which goes with the element fire, but this is turning it up to a new level. This is the fire card, and this is Spirit is lighting a fire under your ass. Indulge in your passion. So this is here for you. And it's like turning up the heat. So it really feels like I am going to be me. This feels like almost a phoenix energy. Hey, last week I was working on really turning up the fire, and now it's the inferno, where it's this good thing. I am who I am. Now it adds up to an 11. So I always look at the numerology on the cards, and 11 is this master number. It's a higher power, and it's really being in balance. And what 11 always reminds me of, like, this is an 11. And if you're listening and you're not seeing me on YouTube, I'm putting my hands together and making an 11. It's like the one of the ones is my human self, my ego self, and who I am on the earth plane. And the other is my spiritual self. And it's like, I am in balance with those. So this is really, what do you love? It's time to find that passion. Go do it. And I truly believe that connecting to your intuition and your spirit guides help you with that. When you're asking for more opportunities and you're working with your guides, this is really, really important. So check out that masterclass for sure, because when you do work with your guides, they present more opportunities in alignment with your path. So let's say that you're kind of stuck in a job that you don't love. Well, they're going to help get you out of that. But you got to talk to them. You got to communicate with them. You got to listen to what they're saying. And I know firsthand they can help you get out of that. Now, what's kind of special about this week is I actually pulled 4 cards instead of 3. I usually do the drop method. So I just kind of pull whatever card Spirit's kind of feeling like I need to pull. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's different. And so the next card I have here is the fairy card. Stop thinking so much and remember to play. So these go hand in hand. The fire and the fairies. It's like fire wants you to indulge in your passion, which is play and joy. And I'm just going to do what I want to do. And, fire is also kind of like, eat that extra piece of chocolate cake, like just let your hair down a little bit. Like, what are you doing that you're loving? The fairy card is all about play. Like, it's time to play. It's stop thinking. You're being too serious. Like, enjoy your life. Oh, you want to go up and go on a walk? Go do it. You want to get away from this weekend? Go do it. Like, what do you want to do to play? And sometimes we think that playing is irresponsible. Like, I've got to finish my to-do list or do all the things. And really, play is abundance. It's welcoming more abundance, because when we're in the state of joy and play and fun, that's when we magnetize our true energy being. When we get too caught up in the details and we're grumpy and we're tired or I'm serious, we're not really being who we are internally. Like, we're not being that true joy state. And sometimes we attract more serious things to think about. So the more that we're in our joy and we're truly having fun, that's when your clients come in. It's like, oh, I have 3 client requests in my inbox. Great. Rather than staring at your computer all day, thinking that the only way to attract them is to work, work, work. Actually, there's an energetic balance to this. And it comes with a number 1. So it's start now. Put yourself first. Now, this next card is about synchronicity. You're on the right path. Everything's coming together. And you might even find signs of this. So you might get feathers. You might see pennies. You might get, just little signs of birds coming in. I shared on my Instagram, weeks ago, about how I was asking for a sign and then there's 20 bluebirds outside of my window. And bluebirds have always been a sign for my family. So that was really supportive and encouraging. So you're on the right path. Everything's coming together. You've got a lot of encouragement. And the very last card that we've seen already in our bonus episodes is the doorkeeper. So this is carrying over from last week's theme. Make sure that you're plugging any energy leaks that you might have. It's time to discern who gets access to you. Sometimes we love our family, but they're always requiring our attention, especially children and spouses, because we live with them. But sometimes, they're grown adults and they're still requiring a lot of our energy. So it's time to set boundaries with someone, and also activities that you're doing, what's draining you. So if you want more about that card and that message, tune into last week's bonus episode on Sunday, and I really go more in depth into that card. Okay, if you are loving these messages or you got an aha, share them with me, and I will be here on Wednesday for our regular episodes. And these are just our bonus episodes on Sunday. So until then, here's to staying spiritual and ambitious. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And if you loved it, would you please share it with a friend? I would also love your review and a reminder to subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can find me at messengerspirit.com, and you can take the 4 Intuitive Languages quiz and find show notes there too. If you want to connect on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find me at Messenger of Spirit. I'll meet you right here next week. Here's to staying spiritual and ambitious.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM. Women's voices amplified.